the frozen north of Skyrim, where storms howl louder than kings, there stands a place older than most thrones, and feared more than any blade. A sanctuary for magic, a tower of knowledge, a wound in the world. The College of Winterhold. It was built when even the Nords feared what they were becoming, raised by mages who saw what was coming and sought to control it. But from the beginning, the college was never just a place of learning. It was a fortress, a prison, a vault for secrets too dangerous to destroy and too tempting to leave buried. Then came the collapse. An entire city vanished into the sea of ghosts, but the college remained untouched. Some say it was luck, others say it was protection, but a very few, say the college caused it. Buried beneath the ice lies truth older than Skyrim itself, and power that was never meant for mortals. This is the story of Winterhold, and if you listen closely, you might understand why some knowledge is kept cold. Welcome to Tales of Tamriel. The birth of the college. Before the towers touched the sky, before the bridge defied the sea, Winterhold was just another northern hold, and magic had no sanctuary in Skyrim. For generations, the Nords distrusted magic. They saw it as the weapon of elves, deceitful, unnatural, and a betrayal of their warrior blood. Magic was blamed for ruin, for corruption, for weakness. But history has a way of forcing change, even upon the proud. In the early Second Era, a time of chaos and reformation, a group of mages, outsiders, visionaries, and perhaps heretics came together near the northern cliffs of the Sea of Ghosts. They were not seeking power, they were seeking refuge. These mages believed that Skyrim needed a center of magical knowledge, not to dominate, but to contain, to protect the world from magic, and magic from the world. They chose Winterhold not for its beauty, but for its isolation. Far from the politics of Cyrodiil, far from the reach of Thalmor inquisitions, and most of all, far from the judgmental eyes of Skyrim's clans. They built not a castle, but a fortress of thought, its halls echoing with whispered spells and voices long dead. The college was carved into the cliffside like a crown overlooking the Sea of Ghosts. From the beginning, it was separate, physically, culturally, and spiritually. From the city it was named after, its founding archmage, whose name is now lost to time, established the college not only as a school, but as a barrier. Rituals were performed to keep certain magics bound. Artifacts were sealed in vaults far beneath the visible chambers. The college's architecture itself was infused with wards and protective runes, not just to keep intruders out, but to keep something in. The locals watched its construction with suspicion. Some saw it as a noble idea. Most saw it as a curse in the making. Whispers soon began. They were not just building a school, they were guarding something they found in the ice, or something they brought with them. Despite this, the college endured. Its doors opened to those with talent, not heritage. Men, Mer, Khajiit, even Argonians all walked its halls. Knowledge was sacred, and the price of silence was high. The city of Winterhold prospered briefly alongside it. Trade came, culture came, curiosity came, but the college never truly opened its heart to the city, and the city never truly trusted the college. This fragile coexistence would not last. But in those first years, something rare was born in the north, a place where magic was not hunted, but harnessed, where secrets were kept not to hide them, but to keep the world safe from knowing them. It was not a beacon, it was not a light, it was a lock. and those who forged it may have known exactly what would one day try to break it open. The Great Collapse. It happened overnight. The kind of disaster that becomes legend before the sun rises. The people of Winterhold remembered the sound first, a crack louder than thunder, echoing through the frozen cliffs like the roar of a god. Then the sea came. Waves that had never touched the upper cliffs surged high, devouring streets, homes, lives. Buildings crumbled. The land itself gave way. Entire districts of the city were swallowed by the sea of ghosts, as if the earth had simply decided to forget them. And yet, the college stood untouched. The bridge still hung, defiant against the storm. The towers glowed faintly with arcane wards. Not a stone shifted, not a window cracked. To many, this was proof of the college's guilt. To others, a sign of its divine protection. But no official explanation ever came. The college offered no aid, no public apology, no reason. They simply continued their work, as if the catastrophe beyond their walls had been no more than a snowfall. The city's survivors begged for answers. Had the mages tampered with the sea? Had they summoned something buried beneath? Had an experiment gone horribly wrong? No one knows, no one speaks. In the centuries since, theories have multiplied like frost on stone. Some claim the college discovered a powerful artifact buried in the ruins of Sarthal, a remnant of the Merethic era. Others whisper of a ritual gone wrong where the barriers between realms were thinned just enough for something massive to break through. A few speak of a name, the Eye. But those who ask too loudly tend to be answered by silence. The Great Collapse changed Winterhold forever. The once thriving city became a ghost of itself, barely more than a few scattered homes and bitter taverns. Trade dried up, culture vanished, and with it, trust. The college remained aloof, undisturbed, and to many, unforgiven. Today, visitors walk across the broken bridge with unease. They see the endless sea where a city once stood, and they wonder, was this accident or a warning? Was it a lesson from the gods or a message from the mages? Some say Winterhold fell because of nature. Some say it was because of magic. But those who look deeper ask the hardest question of all. What if the college didn't survive by chance, but by design? The Eye of Magnus. Not all relics are meant to be found, and not all power can be controlled, even by those who think they were chosen to hold it. Beneath the frostbitten ruins of Sarthal, the oldest Nord city in Skyrim, the College of Winterhold made a discovery. They were not searching for anything specific, just knowledge, layers of history, maybe some artifacts left behind by ancient Nords or snow elves. But what they unearthed was not history. It was something else, something older, something alive. A sphere, massive, pulsing with light that no spellbook could name. It did not speak, it did not move, but it watched. They called it the Eye of Magnus. No one knew what it truly was. Some scholars called it a source of power, others called it a prison. A few whispered it might be a god. The college brought the eye to the Hall of the Elements, hoping to study it in safety. But from the moment it entered those walls, things began to change. Spells acted strangely. Rooms shifted. Some mages spoke of visions, voices in forgotten tongues, dreams of unmaking. And then came the Sigic Order. Silent monks from the Isle of Artium, the Sigics had not visited the college in centuries. They arrived unannounced. They demanded access to the eye. They said little, only that the artifact was dangerous and that it was not meant to remain in mortal hands. They spoke to the Archmage behind closed doors. What was said, no one knows. Shortly after, the Psijics vanished as mysteriously as they came. But the Eye remained, and with it came trouble. A Thalmor agent named Ancano infiltrated the college soon after. He gained influence. He whispered. He watched. Until one day, he unleashed the Eye. The college was nearly destroyed, the Archmage slain, magic spiraled out of control, reality warped within its own halls. Only the intervention of a single student, the Dragonborn, prevented catastrophe. With help from the Psijic Order, the Eye was finally removed, sealed away. Where it is now, no one knows, but questions remain. What was the Eye truly? Why did the Psijics fear it? Why did the college keep it? And most of all, what else lies beneath the snow, waiting to be found? Secrets beneath the college. What the college shows the world is only a fraction of what it holds. The rest lies below, sealed in stone, buried in silence, beneath the elegant halls, beneath the ancient bridge, beneath even the earth itself. There are levels of the college no student ever sees, and most should be thankful for that. Over centuries, the college has collected not just knowledge but power, dangerous artifacts, forbidden tomes, scrolls that burn the mind rather than the hands, and what cannot be destroyed is hidden. It is said that entire chambers exist below the Arcaneum, sealed with ancient spells and guarded by constructs older than the Empire itself. Wards flicker in places where no footsteps have fallen for 100 years. Magical locks whisper when passed. Some students have claimed to hear voices through the floors at night. Others have vanished altogether. But it is not just magical relics that the college hides. There are stories of experiments, trials abandoned mid-casting, portals that opened and were never fully closed, entities contacted and never dismissed. The Midden, accessible only to the most curious or the most foolish, is a glimpse of this hidden world. Down there, ice clings to forgotten stone, and magical anomalies flicker in the darkness. One can find sigils scorched into walls, arcane remnants of rituals long past. The Atronach Forge, for instance, lies deep below, a relic of conjuration from another time. Some say deeper levels exist, sealed since the Great Collapse, too dangerous to explore. They say even the Archmage does not have the key. But knowledge is a hunger, and hunger does not sleep. There are those within the college who believe that what lies below could change the world, or end it. The Psijic Order warned about what the college keeps. Not just the Eye, but what they might find next. Not all relics have been unearthed, not all chambers have been breached, and some truths may have been deliberately forgotten, because the greatest secret the college holds is not how to use magic, but what it has already done with it. The college's place in the Fourth Era. Skyrim is a land at war, and yet high above the frozen cliffs, the College of Winterhold remains silent, untouched by politics and unmoved by prophecy. While Jarls raise armies and rebels cry freedom, the mages of Winterhold continue their studies. They do not kneel to kings, they do not join wars, they answer only to the Archmage, and perhaps to something older still. To many in Skyrim, the college is a symbol of distrust. The Nords remember the collapse, they remember the silence, and they wonder if dragons return to the skies, what stirs beneath the stone. Despite this suspicion, the college has remained open. Adventurers, scholars, outcasts, all are welcome, so long as they bring curiosity and discipline. Its halls have grown quieter, its influence smaller, but its power remains. When the Dragonborn came, even the college could not ignore the signs. The eye of Magnus had awoken, the Sigic order had returned, and fate had passed through their gates cloaked as a student. For a moment, the college stood at the center of Tamriel's destiny, and then it vanished again into mystery. That is the way of the college. It does not rule, it does not rebel, it endures. There are those who believe it holds the last untouched knowledge of the Merethic era. Others think it hides weapons even the Thalmor fear. And some believe it is waiting, not for the right student, but the right moment. In the Fourth Era, where dragons scream across the sky and gods seem distant, the College of Winterhold stands still, as it always has. Not an ally, not a threat, but a place where the laws of reality are studied and occasionally rewritten. The College of Winterhold was never built to be understood. It was built to contain, to endure the passing of eras, to survive collapses both of cities and of truth. While kingdoms rise and burn, while gods vanish and dragons return, the college watches, listens, remembers. Its walls have seen powers no mortal should ever wield. Its vaults hold secrets that have rewritten history or erased it. And yet it stands, not as a beacon, but as a boundary. Not as a legacy, but as a lock. Perhaps that is why it still exists. Not because it is powerful, but because it is necessary, because there are still things in this world that are better left untouched, buried, frozen, and if you ever cross its bridge, if you ever walk its halls, remember, the college does not hide the truth from the world. It hides the world from the truth. If you wish to uncover what should never be remembered, follow Tales of Tamriel. The frost holds more than silence.